Church. This is Chad Graham. I'm your Next Steps pastor here at Highpoint Church, and I just wanted to share some devotional thoughts with you as I was reading yesterday in Ephesians 4, verse 16. It says, "For whom the whole body, joined and held together by every joint with which it is equipped, when each part is working properly, makes the body grow so that it builds itself up in love." And that just got me thinking about our season that we're in right now with coronavirus, quarantine. I'm in a guest bedroom right now shooting this video and just thinking about what's going on with the church body, what's happening with the church as a whole. And I got to thinking about what life is going to be like after the quarantine is lifted, after the shelter in place is lifted, and we get to join together again. I can't wait for that to happen. But I actually think the church is going to be stronger as a result of this. There's certainly areas of weaknesses that are being exposed. There's certainly damage being done by the quarantine. But I think overall, there are reasons to think that the church will get stronger as a result of going through this process. So I just want to share really quickly 4 of those reasons with you, and I hope it's an encouragement to your day. The first one is just simply appreciation. I think the church body globally will have a stronger appreciation for our rights to assemble. It's given us a little bit of a taste of the underground church that has to meet very infrequently, rarely, under duress. I think this is an opportunity for us Christians in the West to really see what it's like to just get a taste of what it means to have something withheld from us, assembling as a church body. And I just think that we're going to come back to church with an appreciation for what it is that we have. And I hope that we can keep that appreciation and really act on that. But I think that appreciation is going to bond us. I think it's going to bring us together, and it's going to make us really savor those moments we get to spend together. I also think another reason why I think the church will be stronger after this is innovation. As you guys have seen, we've been scrambling. We've been working really hard. Church leaders all over the country have had to reimagine what church for them is like. And so, innovation is key right now. And I think, the longer this quarantine persists, the more innovative pastors and church leaders have to get. And so I'm so thankful for Pastor Caleb and the team. Deacons like Vern and Gus who are willing to put themselves out there a little bit and just make sure that we all stay connected and stay at the top of our game, so that way no one falls through the cracks. Innovation is really important for churches because church has to adapt a bit, contextualize is a better word, to the culture. As the culture shifts and the culture changes, church has to be responsive to the needs of the culture and the desires of the culture. So I think innovation, again, is going to, flexing that muscle every day of innovation is going to make the church stronger after this. My third reason the church will be stronger after COVID-19 is I think we'll have more grit. I love that word. I love the Western true grit. I love seeing people who have developed grit. And what I mean by that is just the ability to persevere through trials and challenges. I think the church in this moment, as we learn how to work together as the body of Christ, as Paul says in Ephesians 4:16, we're figuring out, what life looks like in this time. How are we keeping fellowship and community bonds intact? How are we connecting with one another? I know a lot of folks who have never hardly touched a keyboard computer are learning how to use Zoom conferencing now and making sure that people in the church are okay. And I love to see people overcome their fears of technology, of the present moment, their anxieties of what's going to happen next, and really bond together as the church. And so I think when we come out of this, we're going to have more tenacity, we're going to have more grit. We're going to be a church that's ready to face the next challenge that God may be preparing us for right now. The fourth and final reason I think that we'll be stronger as a church is I think that adversity bonds. I know for a fact that this church staff at Highpoint has bonded together because we've had to figure all this out together. We've faced adversity together. And as a new staff, as a young staff, this has been really good for us to figure out, okay, who has what skill set and who can rise to the challenge. And adversity just tends to bring that out of people. And so I really think that, as the church is asked to do new things and participate in church in different ways and overcome different obstacles and certainly overcome preferences and die to self in many ways to make church happen, I think this adversity is going to bond us together. I think we're going to come back and I kind of picture the wedding feast of the Lamb when we all get together. Of course, there won't be any church potlucks anymore after COVID-19, but I think adversity will bond us together. So those are 4 reasons. I think appreciation, innovation, grit, and adversity are going to bring us together, make us stronger, and that's reason to have hope this morning. So listen, let's do what Paul says. Let's each member of the body work together for the good of the whole. Let's come together as the church. This is our moment to shine, to reach out to our neighbor, to serve one another, to have courage in the face of fear. This is the time the church gets stronger, and I hope this encourages you this morning. I'm Chad Graham, your Next Step pastor here